friends, welcome back to Koto's kitchen. Today, I want to show you something old-fashioned but deeply nourishing. How to render your own tallow at home. This simple process turns raw beef fat into a beautiful, creamy, shelf-stable fat that you can use for cooking or even for making your own skincare. It's honestly one of my favorite slow living activities, and it feels really grounding to bring something like this into the modern home. So let's get started. Let's prep the fat. This is about 6 pounds of beef suet, which is the fat that surrounds the kidneys. It's one of the cleanest and the best type of fat for rendering, especially if you're using it for skincare later. I'm cutting it into small pieces. This helps it melt down more evenly and quickly. It doesn't need to be perfect, just bite-sized or smaller. If you're short on time or don't love chopping fat, ask your butcher to grind it for you when you buy it. Some butchers will even do it for free if you ask nicely. Tallow is incredibly nourishing, especially when it's come from grass-fed animals. It's rich in essential vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which plays a vital role in supporting skin health, immunity, and overall wellness. It also contains conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA, known for its anti-inflammatory properties and immune-boosting effect. Plus, it's packed with stearic acid, a beneficial fatty acid that helps strengthen and protect the skin's natural barrier, keeping it soft, resilient, and deeply moisturized. Before we continue, I'd like to offer a small prayer in gratitude for the life that provided this gift. With gratitude, I thank the cow for this gift. May your spirit be honored and your offering bring nourishment and care. Thank you for your life and generosity. For 6 pounds of fat, I'm adding around 4 cups of water and generous handful of salt. But don't stress too much about the numbers. It doesn't have to be exact. The water helps prevent burning and then it keeps the fat from sticking early on. The salt helps pull out any impurities or blood that might be trapped in the fat, giving you a cleaner end product. Oh, by the way, no need to stir constantly. Just keep it on low heat and check in every now and then. This part is totally optional, but once things start softening, you can go in with a hand blender to break it up a little more. It helps the pieces melt more evenly and speeds things up. But don't worry, you can skip this if you prefer a slower pace. Or like I said earlier, if your butcher ground the fat for you, the steps does a lot of the work in advance. Now, it's just a matter of time. Keep the heat low and let it render slowly. This can take a couple of hours, depending on the amount of fat and the size of your pieces. During this quiet phase, I usually make tea or tidy the kitchen. It's such a peaceful ritual. 3時間後 By the time it's ready to be strained, the fat has melted into this beautiful golden liquid. The solid bits will have shrunk down, and the smell, if you notice, it's surprisingly clean. Not overpowering at all, just earthy and then a kind of warm. I'm using a fine metal strainer here, but you can also use cheesecloth or even an old cotton cloth. Just make sure to catch all the little pieces and then cracklings. As it cools, the fat will start to rise and harden, and any leftover water or impurity will sink to the bottom. You see it forming two layers, like a natural separation. This part usually takes a couple of hours or even longer. You can speed it up by popping it into the fridge if you're in a hurry. The liquid fat at this point is very hot, so please be careful. And this is your clean tallow. Set it aside and let it cool. And this is another batch I rendered beforehand, just so I can show you how it usually looks after it cools completely. Typically, the tallow firms up into a solid white layer, especially if you pop into the fridge. When that happens, you can gently lift it out and scrape off any grayish or jelly-like residue from the bottom. That's just leftover water or salt segment. It's totally normal, and removing it gives you a cleaner, more shelf-stable result. But for this batch, I let it cool at room temperature, and it stays soft and creamy instead of hardening. And honestly, that's no problem at all. I just scoop the top layer into jars, and it's just as nourishing and useful. Whether it's set firm or stay soft, your tallow is ready to use. Thank you so much for watching. This creamy goodness is great for everything, from cooking to skincare. And next week, I'll show you how to turn it into a simple, nourishing balm. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. See you then!